Hey guys, so today's video is going to be on the Hak5 BashBunny, and I know I haven't really done a lot of videos like this in a while. I've been mostly, demonstrating, some of the latest devices that I've been getting in. But today I was tweaking some payloads today, and this one in particular that I was working on today is leveraging something called WinPeas, which is short for Windows Privilege Escalation Awesome Script. And it's a pretty open source, it's a pretty popular open source cybersecurity tool. And it basically, it's for like pen testers, ethical hackers, system admins, to pretty much audit their system to find out where all the weak points are at, so on and so forth. Once I run this and you see the outputted logs, you'll be able to understand from there what exactly is going on. So I already have it up on my GitHub, and it's under Hackazillarex BashBunny payloads, and then you'll go to ZillaPeas, and you can read the README. It's the typical, only use this on your own device or environments that you have permission to do so. Yada yada yada. It tells you what it does and tells you the file structure. So we're going to take a look at the payload. Pretty straightforward. The beginning part, it disables a couple things that I could probably get flagged for saying what it disables, but let's just say it's trying to be as stealthy as possible. And when that finishes running, it will call a PowerShell script, which will run WinPeas out of one of the folders that are inside the BashBunny. I'm going to put it into army mode right now and plug it in and show you where exactly this file will live at. So I will not provide the winpeas.exe for you. You will have to do that yourself, but I have, if you use my payload, it will look for a folder called tooling, and you can just drop it into the tooling folder there. I am running the obfuscated version of it just to add a little bit more stealth to it. But my payloads are living in switch 1. So, and I'll keep a spare exe file of WinPeas because sometimes Defender will catch it and it will delete it from your BashBunny. So this is a quick way to put it back where it's supposed to go. So I'm going to eject it and we will run it on the test computer. So this is our target machine, and I'm going to switch it from army mode to switch 1, and I am going to plug it into an available USB port. It'll take a few seconds to get this thing up and going, but there's still some tweaks I need to make to it. I need it to start up a little bit quicker. I have the wait time set a little too long, and it doesn't close one of the windows at the very end like it's supposed to, so that's just some things that I still have to tweak. Right now is disabling the things I said it was going to disable later or earlier. It is running the program now, and this is the cleanup process where it hides its tracks and turns everything back on. And if it's green, it's a hacked machine. All right, so we plugged this back into the computer after running it onto the test unit. And of course, it's in army mode before you put it in. Otherwise, this wants to try to run a script. So remember to put it in army mode. I will show you where the loot is. It's going to be in loot, WinPeas, and here are the results. It looks kind of, oh, let's see if we can make this a little easier to read. It will look kind of funky. It's got a little face right there, but you can try and read through all this. There's a lot of good information, or if you're lazy, you can throw it over to Claude and just say, can you give me a detailed summary of this scan, and just paste it in there and hit enter. Sometimes I'm not a huge fan of AI, but it does summarize notes and PDFs and a lot of other things really well. So that is one of the benefits of using it. Instead of trying to read through everything, this is a quick way to get like a top level view of what you just ran. And of course, always go back to your original scan to cross-reference it. But it's telling you the current user is called Pentest, and it has administrator rights on the host name HomeLab. And it's got a lot of information on here. It's, as you can tell, this is my test unit, so I run a lot of things on admin, and it's got 128 logins. But yeah, it's got a great breakdown of notes, and it gives you a key takeaway at the very end. And I mean, if you really don't know what you're doing, you should be using this stuff anyway. But if you're trying to learn, you can ask Claude or whatever you want, be like, what would be my next best steps as an aspiring pen tester or something like that. And you know, Claude will, or whatever AI you choose, will give you some sort of guidance. But once again, I'm not a huge fan of AI, only in the sense of, you know, summarizing your notes. There's many times where I run scans, like for example, last week I ran a scan on one of my Active Directories, and it was a 148 page scan. I dropped it into Copilot and just had it summarize, you know, the key points, just so I can kind of like make a strategic plan on how I want to attack each one of my I guess places where maintenance is needed. So that is one way that I use AI. But as far as that goes, not a huge fan. It does have its uses and purposes, but as always, I hope you enjoyed this video on this Hak5 BashBunny. And if you would like to use the payload I showed in this video, it will be on my GitHub. So once again, thanks for watching.